let's start with what exactly you do. For those of us who haven't necessarily heard of Yodle, staggering growth numbers. Where do you enter into the online marketing chain?
We help small businesses, local businesses, get found on the web. We think
very
of us,
small businesses.
Very
right?
small. So 80% of our customers are less than 10 employees. It's dentists, lawyers, plumbers, HVAC contractors, and we're their outsourced marketing department. We manage their website, all of their online marketing campaigns to help them grow. And we've got about 30,000 customers that we work with at this point.
And we went over some of the facts. We're putting them on the screen right now. Annual revenue of 88 million. You're expecting it to grow
50%.
Exponentially.
Yeah.
I mean, so are you attracting investors into this young business?
Absolutely. So Bessemer Ventures was our lead investor 5 years ago, and Draper Fisher Jurvetson and Jeffco, who are two other leading venture capital firms, have followed us. But the growth is really driven by a secular shift. $100 billion is spent on local advertising, and there's still $20 or $30 billion spent offline in print and in local yellow pages, and 80% of consumers are looking for local businesses online. And so if you're not online as a local business, you're missing a huge opportunity.
A lot of it's also been driven, of course, by the hype in Silicon Valley, of course, Facebook IPO. Do you worry now that the environment looks a little bit tougher going forward when it comes to raising money because of, say, the big IPO flop?
So the good news from our perspective is we're profitable. We've been profitable for 3 quarters, so we are generating cash flow from our own operations, which is great, so we don't need to raise money.
But when you look at companies like Facebook, and I know you advise some of the plumbers and doctors and dentists on advertising on Facebook, do you have those sort of questions that investors do about the long-term advertising model?
Yep, so we actually, most of our advertising goes to search engines, Google, Yahoo, MSN, directories like City Search and Yellow Pages. We actually don't do anything on Facebook right now, and our feeling is that Facebook is great for customer relationship management, messaging people who I already work with. It's not as great for new customer acquisition, which is what we're focused on, helping a small business find new customers. So we have not been able to make Facebook work for customer acquisition for the small business.
Why?
Either we're uncreative or there's some challenge with the medium, but it's we've tried 5 different tests and haven't been able to make it work. We found that search, directories, display are all much better and more cost-effective forms of acquiring customers for the local business.
So going forward, this is really interesting, especially for investors in this space.
Yep.
It's the search. That's where the advertising growth is going to come from.
Yeah, and when you think about targeting, you're trying to target a geography. So I'm looking for a dentist in New York to do teeth whitening. I need to target New York, which is easy to do.
You always get teeth whitening ads on Facebook.
But it's also intent, and how do I know who has that intent? And search really helps with that intent because someone's typing in their intent in the search box.
What do you think is the biggest trend going forward? Is it this shift to mobile?
Mobile, absolutely. 1/3 of our searches come through mobile, and mobile converts at a very high rate. And it's funny, you'd think that mobile is more people looking for restaurants and bars, but we've got people looking for HVAC contractors and lawyers and dentists on their mobile phones. So it's absolutely a very important trend.